Okay guys, sorry, today you gotta forgive me, but the wind conditions out there were shocking. I'm hard to hear, but the information's there.
Alright, today I thought I'd have a little bit of a talk about parts. When you're first starting out, there's some stuff you really got to look at. It can be very expensive to get into if you want to go about it the right way. Okay, what you'll see here is I've got Spectrum DX6i, which is a $250 radio board in the package that I bought it in. To fly a $65 airplane, at some point you've got to ask yourself, is that really necessary? When the truth of the matter is, I'm using an $11 motor, an $11 speed controller, batteries that cost less than $10 each, servos that cost around about $3.50 each, and I can do better than what I've done on every single one. It's a middle of the road motor, it's a middle of the road speed controller, the batteries are bare minimum. Do you really need anything more? And the answer really is no. I started off with a friend's parts from a crashed RTF plane. Okay? A simple 4-channel, Elevon mixing through switches on the front. Nothing flash, nothing great, but it all worked and it allowed me to get into the air and fly and have fun. So, none of the high-end stuff is mission critical. You can still fly, you can still have fun without all the high-end gear. So just seriously, do stop and think about how you're going to approach it and what you would really want out of a plane, whether it's performance or flight time, stability for a beginner, aerobatics because you've already got 5 RTF planes and you want something that flies better, that flies more aerobatically. In the end, guys can talk about things in the forums all day long and talk about those little details, all of which make a better and better and better plane. Do you really need that now? Or would you rather have that later, when you can fly and when you can take advantage of it? So what we'll do now is we'll fire this up and we'll have a look and see exactly what sort of performance cheap parts in the right plane can give you.
Okay, I'm going to cheat here because, as you can tell, the rain was starting to fall, and I'm going to recycle an old piece of video of the same plane so you can see the effect that all my middle of the road gear has. Okay, a couple of caveats before I get in trouble. I'm holding a $250 radio. Obviously, if you can afford one, I recommend that you get a $250 radio. If you can afford better servos, if you can afford better motors, if you can afford better speed controllers, everything like that, yes, they are going to make your plane perform better and handle better and give you an easier time. But if you're scrimping just to get into the air, you can get away with quite a lot. But you really need to let common sense rule your decisions when you build the plane. If a pair of servos is going to cost you $40 and it's going to take you 3 weeks to save the $40 to get into the air, where you can get $3.50 servos that are going to do the job, weigh that 3 weeks against the money and decide which you would like to go for. Especially if it's your first plane. You're going to crash. What would you rather do? Strip a $3.50 servo or strip a $30 servo? Destroy a $10 battery, destroy an $18 battery. Common sense really should be your guide.